I've been thinking about a biological limit, a ceiling we are all forced to hit. Imagine your bones never get the signal to stop. What if your body just forgot how to stop growing? At first, it sounds like a superpower. You would be the tallest person in the room, a giant among normal people. You would look down on everyone. But the short answer is you wouldn't be a hero. You'd be a collapsing tower, trapped in a world that is suddenly way too small. And you would probably not survive your 30s. Let's overthink the timeline. In your teenage years, it would actually be fun. You hit 6 feet, then 7. You dominate every sport you play. You feel absolutely invincible. You are stronger, faster, and more intimidating than anyone else. But by the time you turn 20, the dream starts to crack. You are now almost 9 feet tall. The world is no longer built for you. Every door is a hazard. You have to duck just to enter a room. You can't fit in a car. You can't fly on an airplane. Standard beds look like tiny baby cribs. Your clothes have to be custom made from raw fabric. But the real horror isn't about fitting into normal society. The real horror is happening deep inside your own body. There is a ruthless, unforgiving rule in physics called the square-cube law. It means that if you double your height, your weight doesn't just double, it multiplies by 8. By age 30, you might reach 12 or even 15 feet tall. You wouldn't just be incredibly tall, you would weigh well over 1,000 pounds. Normally, human bones are an absolute miracle. They are pound for pound stronger than concrete, but they have strict mathematical limits. At this massive size, the simple act of standing up becomes a deadly, terrifying risk. Every single time you take a step, the extreme weight would cause microfractures in your leg bones. Your knees and ankles would simply crush under the immense downward pressure. You wouldn't be walking. You would be trapped in a custom-built wheelchair, waiting in constant agony for your skeleton to finally snap. But let's say science intervenes. Let's say doctors invent titanium leg braces to hold you up. Your bones survive. Now you face the plumbing problem. Your heart is just a muscle. It is a biological pump specifically designed for a 5 or 6 foot frame. To push thick, heavy blood all the way up to a 15-foot brain, fighting constantly against Earth's relentless gravity, your heart would have to beat at an impossible, frantic speed. Your resting blood pressure would be so dangerously high that your delicate blood vessels would literally explode. You would be living in a constant, terrifying state of a massive heart attack. And the nightmare gets even worse. Your body is an engine, and biological engines produce heat. Because your volume is now so massive compared to your skin surface, your body cannot sweat fast enough to cool itself down. You would be constantly, painfully overheating. A perfectly warm summer day could literally be fatal. You would have to live in an air-conditioned freezer. To fuel this massive, rapidly overheating biological engine, you would need to eat a terrifying amount of food. 10,000, maybe 20,000 calories a day. You wouldn't have time to enjoy life, read a book, or watch a movie. You would spend every waking hour of your miserable existence just trying to find and consume enough food to keep the giant engine running. And what about your nervous system? Your brain communicates with your body using electrical signals. These signals are fast, but they are not instant. In a normal body, it takes a fraction of a second to feel a stubbed toe. But in a 15-foot body, the biological wiring is simply way too long. Your reaction time would become dangerously, noticeably slow. If you tripped and started to fall, your brain wouldn't process the danger in time to put your hands out. And from that extreme, terrifying height, a simple fall wouldn't just be a bruise. The sheer impact of 1,000 pounds hitting the hard floor would be completely fatal. You would be a giant trapped moving in slow motion. You see, the fact that our bodies suddenly and permanently stop growing in our teens isn't a biological flaw. It isn't a tragic limit on our human potential. It is a masterpiece of mathematical and biological balance. We stop growing so we don't collapse under our own mass. We stop growing so we can actually survive Earth's gravity. Our limits are exactly what keep us alive. I think I'll happily stick to my boring, totally average height. At least my tiny human heart doesn't have to fight the entire planet just to keep me breathing for one more day. This is Overthought.